So in this video, we're going to be creating the order resource. So let's go ahead and create that. All right, that's been created. So let's just wait for this to appear here. And then let's make sure that we return false for canCreate, because we don't want someone to be able to create an order, obviously. So let's head back into the admin panel. And also let's go back into our provider. And let's just make sure that inside the shop, we have something called an order resource. Perfect. You can see we can't create it, but we can edit it. So that's what we want. So we want an order resource where you can basically filter through it, edit it, and all of those aspects. So what do we want to be able to edit? So as a starter, maybe it will be easy to actually view what we have. And let's also open up our order.php, and let's open up our not products table, create orders table. Perfect. So we want to be able to view the UUID. So you want to be able to have a text column with ID or UUID as order ID. We then want to be able to view the email. You also want to be able to view the taxes that was paid, the discount, and the total. And now we obviously also want to be able to rename these so they don't all just be called order ID. So let's call this email, taxes, discount, and total cost. And then let's head back into our product resource. If you remember, in here we actually ended up creating an easy way to display the cost by using format state using the see no money functionality. So if we go back in here, let's add it into here. And these can't be set to empty, so let's just add in a so basically we may want to leave these out for now. Oh, actually the issue could just be because there's too many. There we go. So that's $30. And we want to be able to edit the basic things. So, I mean, again, editing this, what we really want to be able to manipulate is, in theory, we want to actually add something with a string called status. Or even an enum could work. So that's what we actually want to add in a migration here. So PHP adds and make migration, add order status to orders table. And then now open up that, add order. Perfect. And then we can create an enum inside here. And let's just call this order status.php. Perfect. So now we want to retrieve the enum value in the database to show which one it is. Alright, so now that's done, let's go ahead and create the enum. So let's just make a namespace here called app enums. Make an enum called order status string. And we want to have a couple of cases here. I'm not gonna type them all out, so to save you the time, these are the different cases we want. We want a pending case, we want a processing, a shipped, delivered, and cancelled. And also you may want to add something, for example, like dispatch. Oh no, sorry. Never mind. Sorry about that. So basically, what we want to do now is we want to go into the migration here, and inside this migration, we want to just add in an enum with a column called status, and let's just say that the default value should also be specified. And then here we want to have order status cases. So we may as well import this here just for simplicity. Then we want to have the default one, order status pending. So if we migrate this now, let's see if that works. Okay, so we got an area. Object of class order status could not be converted to string. So to fix the migration error, let's create a public static function called values. Inside here, we want to return an array of an array map, and then with a shortened case from case, and we want to have case value with order status cases returned. So if we now go back in here and we then say order status values, we got an error of this already existing. That's because I was just testing it out myself as well here. So as you can see, if I went into the database to essentially delete this, you can see that we now have the ability to view the orders with a status consisting of any of these. So if I go back in here, we can go back to the data, and if I then click edit here, we can now essentially edit it to any of those statuses. So now that's sorted, let's go back into our resource and let's show the status. And let's call this order status. So now that's sorted. Let's see, we got this as pending. And we also need to make sure that the order ID is actually called order ID and not UID. There we go. So we now have a table here, fully functional, with no filters yet, but we will start making some filters for this in a minute. So if we go up to the form here, the only thing we really want to be able to edit, because we know this is always created, is we want to have a select, and we want to be able to say status with the options of order status cases. And we may want to try to use values here, see if that will work. So yeah, now we can select these here, and we could potentially also add more things later on, like for example change the email address. That may be useful. For example, if let's say for example someone has entered the wrong email address by accident, let's then say this is an email here, and then let's say this should be treated as an email in the system. We're now also able to edit the email address, but we also need to add mass assign here. So let's go in and underneath the factory, let's create a fillable, and we want to have email, order ID, status, price. We call this, I think, total. Yeah, you want to have discount as well. You want to have the ability to also modify. Let me just double check what else could we use in here. Use ID should be fillable as well, and then that's about everything. Perfect. So if we just go back, and this is now able to be saved. And yeah, so now we're actually able to edit an order with the basic. We don't really want to be able to edit the price of the layer for any reason. You may want to add that, obviously, if you could think of a reason for that. And then we could also go in here for this case to add the default one here if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that for now. That's going to take a bit longer. So just for the time saving purpose, this is all for this video. In the next video, we will be working on creating some more filters and tidying up this a bit more. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.